Hey everyone, welcome back. In the last video, we learned about arrays, how they store data, and how to access it using indexes. Today, we are moving to something even more powerful and commonly used in a real world programming, strings in C++. What are strings? Strings are is just a sequence of characters. So, if you write a single character, it is a char, but if you write something by combining these characters, we can call them strings. In C++, we can store strings in two ways: character arrays and string class. Character arrays is a C style type, means it was introduced in C languages, but it exists in C++ also. We are going to skip the characters array and we are going to focus on string class, because in modern C++, string class is the one used more frequently and it is more helpful than character arrays. Let's look at how we are going to declare our string. To declare a string, we first have to write string keyword similarly to the int. Then we have to write a variable name. Let's say I'm taking name, and then we are going to assign. So here string is our data type, name is variable name, and this is our string. Whenever you are writing a string, you will be closing in a double quotes. Okay, if you are writing a character, you will be enclosing in a single quotes. If you try to write something like this, it is a wrong, because single quote cannot contain multiple characters. So always remember, whenever you are writing strings in C++, you have to write in a double quotes, or if you want to write characters, you should write in a single quotes. If you try to write single character in a double quotes, it is basically a string. So this is our syntax for declaring and assigning a string, and for printing we will be writing cout name. Okay, now let's declare a empty string name. We declared a string which does not contain anything. Now I want to input some name, or let's say I want to input multiple names with space. So I'm saying I want to input xyz, then space, then abc, then space, then ux, space ui. If I want to add these strings in a single name variable by space separator, I cannot do it, because when you are giving input to your program, it won't consider spaces as a string. But if you are initializing it, then it will consider spaces. Let's say if you are string name equals to double quote x y z a b c ux ui. When you are assigning, C++ consider spaces also, but when you are giving an input, C++ will not consider spaces. If you insert the first string, then enter a space, then try to input another string, C++ will only print xyz. Okay, we will see in example. So what is the solution to write a whole sentence as a input? There is a one function which C++ provide, which is get line, then scene, then name. This will allow to input your string which is space separated. Let's look at in the VS Code. Create a new file, strings.cpp. Will first write hashtag include iostream, then using name space sd and main. But to declare a string variable, we first have to write string keyword, then variable name, then we can assign a string. Okay, then if we want to print, we will write out name. Let's run it. Here you can see it is printing. If I write multiple string with space separated, it will consider the spaces also. So it is printing our tangent veil 3 times with spaces. Okay, but if I don't assign anything, and let's take a input in a name, and let's print our name again. Let's first try with the single string. Okay, it is printing correct. Now let's try with the multiple string which is space separated. Then let's try to run it. The enter. Here you can see we gave 3 string as an input, but it took single string as an input. So if we want to take a multi in a single variable which is space separated, we have to write get line scene then our variable name. Okay, let's run it. Let me copy. Here you can see it is printing space separated string. So in conclusion, if you want to take a multiple strings in a single variable name, you have to use getLine function. If you want to take a single string, a single variable, you can use our standard scene. Now let's look at the basic operation on strings. Now let's first declare new variable string. Str is the name of my variable, and tangent will. Here you can see here and here there is an extra spaces. Okay, now let's look at the first operation, which is str dot length. Here you can see it is a length function, so it will give you an length of this string. So what is the length of this string? It is 1. So whenever C++ counting the length of an string, it will also include the spaces. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. So our length of the string is 14. Okay, so whenever you want to find out the length of your string, you can use str.length. And there is another function similar to the length, which is str.size. It will also give you the length of an string. Let's look at another operation, which is concatenation. Basically means if you have two strings, string a equals to abc, string b equals to def, if you plus them up, they will concatenate together, means they will combine and give you an output as a abc def. They will become a single string. Whenever you want to combine multiple strings in a single string, you can use plus operator. Let's look at our third operation, which is access characters. Just like we accessed our numbers in a array, similarly we can access characters in a string also. Let's create a variable string str equals to tangent veil. Okay, this is our string. Let's say I want to print this underscore. Okay, I want to print this underscore, so I will write cout equals to str. Then similarly I can do indexing also. So what is the index number? 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So our index number is 7, so I can write 7 here, so it will print t. So similarly string can behave as an array also. And if you want to let's say change, okay, it is underscore. Let's say if you want to change this underscore to other some character, so you have to str at the index 7, I want to reassign and sign. Okay, so we can access characters in a string, and we can also modify the character in a string. And let's look at the fifth operation, compare strings. So basically if you have a string a equals to abc and string b equals to def, if a equals to b, so basically you can compare the strings. If a equals to b, no, then this condition become false. If this become false, else will run. And let's look at another inbuilt functions available in the C++ substring. Let's say if you want to extract some portion from the string, and which must be continuous, means you cannot first pick from here, then from here, then from here. So if you want to extract continuous portion of a string, which is called substring. Okay, so we will use a function which is str.suvstr, and we have to starting index and the end index. So let's say I want to extract from here. What is the index number here? 0 1 2. I'm going to start at 2. Let's say I want to end here 5 6 at this index 7, so I will be writing 7. I want a string from n to t, and index number are 2 to 6, but substring function will take extra number which he does not include while extracting a substring. So always write here 6 plus 1, means you are taking till this t. Let's look at another function, which is find. Let's say if you want to find certain character, it will return an index to that character. What is the index number at the character g? 0 1 2 3. It will return 3. So we can find index of a certain character in a string. Let's look another operations. If you have a string str equals to abc, and you want to add a b c plus d also, or okay, you want to add one more character here. First option we have, we can do something like that, a b c plus d, we can use plus sign. But there is another function we can use while adding one more character, which is str dot pushback of d. So pushback function will add this d character at the end of the string. Similarly, there is another option which is pop back, which will remove the last character of your string. Okay, postback will add one element at the end of the string. Popback will remove a character from the end of the string. Let's look two more functions, which is stoi, and there is another two string. Let's say you have a string of numbers. Okay, whenever you write something in double quote, it will behave as a string, even they are numbers. So if we have a string of numbers, if we want to convert to the integer data type, we will write stoi and 1257, then it will convert to a integer data type. Similarly, if we have a number which is integer, if we have to convert to the string, we will write to string 1257, it will convert in a string data type. Okay, these are the basic operations and functions which we are going to use in a string. Let's look at one by one. Okay, here we have a name. Let's write ancient whale, and let's see out, then name dot length. Okay, let's run it. Here you can see it is printing 12. So if we count 1 2 3 4 5 7 10 11 12, okay, exactly we have a 12 characters in our. Let's add one space here. Now let's run it. Here you can see it is printing 13, so it is in space also a character. Let's look at another example, which is name dot size. Let's run it. Here you can see it is also printing 13, so you can either use length or you can either use size. Let's move to the next operation, which is our concatenation. String a equals to abc and string b equals to def, and I am printing cout equals to a plus b. Let's move to the next line. Here you can see it is combining both the string in a single string. Let's look another example related to this. Let's say I create cout equals to hi comma space, and then let's write a name here. Here you can see hi comma, which is I included in cout, and name is my variable which is taking from here, so it is printing like. Okay, you can also, we can do it something like this also. It will print hi tangent will. Okay, let's move to the next example. Let's access our character. Let me print cout. Let's take a name variable, and let's try to print our underscore. So what is the index number of underscore? 0 1 2 4 5 6 7. 7 is our index number of underscore. If you run it, here you can see it is printing underscore. Let's change our underscore to some other character. Let's take percentage sign, then let's print our name again. Let's run it. Here you can see initially there was a underscore, now it contains modulo sign a b. Let's say if a equals to b, I am going to print both strings are same, then handle as both strings are not same. Let's run our code. Here you can see it is printing both strings are not same. Let's change the string a b c. Okay, now let's run it. Here it is printing both same. This means a equals to is true. Now let's take a portion of a string. Okay, let's say I want to take this portion out, VEIL. What I will be doing, I will be writing here SUVSTR. And what is the starting index of V? If our index number of underscore was 7, then it should be 8 comma. And what was the length of our string? It was 12, right? So I will be writing 12 because the L is ending at the index number 11, and our size of the string is 12. So I will be considering 11 plus 1. Let's run it. Here you can see it is the wheel sub str function extracted a substring from the string. Let now use the find function. If I want to find underscore. Okay, I want to find underscore in my string. Let's run it. Here you can see it is giving me 7, which is a index number of underscore. Let's try with another character which is not available in a string. Let's run it. It is giving me a garbage value because it wasn't able to find anything in a string. It is returning garbage value. Let's add one more character in a string. So I'm going to use this time push back, and I'm going to add the rate. So I'm going to print here name. Let's run it. Here you can see it added a at the rate at the end of the string. Let's remove. Whenever we are using popback, we don't have to pass anything in a parenthesis. We have to keep this empty. Okay, let's run it. Here you can see it is printing tangent way L is removed from the string. Let's look at another operation which is to take this 1 2 3. Okay, and let's convert to the integer. Let's write toy, then after that write a name. Okay, let's assign int num equals to toy and name. Let's num. Okay, let's run it. Here you can see it is printing one. So basically now you cannot tell a difference between it is a string or a integer. Okay, so what we can do, let's change this to a string, and now we have a string here and we are passing in a story and we are thinking it is a string, but it is not. That's why it is giving an error. No suitable constructor exists to convert from int to string. So basically it is saying story name already converted our string into a number, and number cannot be assigned to a. That's why it is giving an error. Here you can see this me error. So can write it, and let's run it. It is working perfect. Similarly, you can use two strings count of vowels. I have a string name which is tangent width, so I have to print how many vowels is in the strings. Everyone know what vowels are: a, e, I, O and U. These are the vowels in English. So basically we have to count how many are present in this string. So if we want to count, so we have to have a variable count which can store how many vowels are in the strings. Now to count the vowels, we have to iterate on this string. So basically I have to iterate. So I will be writing for loop. Now what is the stopping condition for this for loop? So we do know what is the length of the string. We can find out name dot size. So I find out the name of the size. So I will be going till the end and moving ahead, right? I will be starting from 0th index and going till the n. N is basically our size of an array, and it will go n minus 1 means till the last index of an string. Now we are iterating, okay, but we have to find which character is vowel or not. So we have to have some condition to find out the character is vowel or not. So we will write if, okay, let's say if we at a index number 1 which is a is a vowel. If our name of I is equals to a, we can say it is vowel. Or if we copy paste, or if I'm at index number here which is I, so if it equals to I, we can say it is also a vowel. Okay, similarly we will write for all the vowels, because we can write is we only have a 5 vowels. So I have to write only for 5 times. Let's say 1 5 a I, then right here e, then o, then u. So I already told you about the OR operator. We have 5 condition in a single if. So if any of the condition is true, then we can say our overall condition is true. So we can count plus plus basically means if while iterating we find a, we can increase count by 1. If we find u, we can increase our count by 1. Now let's print our count. Let's first count manually. A is our vowel, okay, 1, then e our is vowel 2, then e, then I, total 4. So in string we have total 4 vowels, so our answer should be 4. Okay, so it is printing correctly. So you have to follow every step while solving any problem, because computer cannot understand what you are thinking, but you have to translate your thoughts into programming. Okay, first we declared a string, then we declared one more variable count which is storing count of vowels. Then we don't know what is the size of an string. We can count, but computer does not. So we will be using size function. Then we have to iterate on every character, so we'll be using loop. Then to check if a character is a vowel or not, we will be writing a condition, and we have exact 5 vowels, so we will be writing 5 condition in a single if, and if one of the condition is true, overall condition is true, so it will increment count by 1, and after iterating through the whole string we will print the count of the vowels. So that's how we solve a problem. Okay, that's it for strings. There is other functions which we are going to use when we are going to solve more problems. So thank you everyone, have a nice day.